one of my favorite moments in the last couple of months when Representative Robert Garcia, the gay congressional freshman from California, took to the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives to pay tribute to the one, the only Beyoncé. Garcia did so to mark the end of Black History Month and the start of Women's History Month. He said Beyoncé is, quote, an individual who represents both so well, end quote. He spoke alongside a large photograph of Beyoncé saying, quote, she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is now and forever the moment, end quote. He praised Beyoncé as a role model who has stood up for voting rights, for feminism, for women and girls, for my community, the LGBTQ plus community, and for my generation as so many others. End quote. Watch this.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to commemorate the end of Black History Month and the beginning of Women's History Month by honoring an individual who represents both so well. She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is now and forever the moment. I want to celebrate none other than who I believe is the undisputed queen of pop and R&B, Beyoncé Knowles Carter. Now, a few weeks ago, this brown-skinned girl out of H-Town won her 32nd Grammy, giving her the most Grammy wins of all time. But Beyoncé is so much more than a performer and a singer. She's a creator and an artist. When the radio said to speed it up, she went slower. And I'll never forget the time I saw Destiny's Child perform for the very first time. It was life-changing for me and the way I experienced music. I became an instant fan then and have been a huge fan ever since. Beyoncé is also a role model for millions across the country. She stood up for voting rights, for feminism, for women and girls, for my community, the LGBTQ plus community. And for my generation, as so many others, she simply is the greatest of all time. Her story is history. Mrs. Carter, congratulations on your achievements and for winning the most Grammys ever in the history of our country. You are irreplaceable. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back my time.
Gentleman, yield.
Representative Garcia pays homage to Queen Bee on the House floor. What are we all talking about?
What should we all be doing, you know?
Paying homage to the Queen.
Paying homage. She is now and forever the moment. I mean, he said it eloquently.
So eloquently. Right?
Eloquently. I'm just still sitting here in awe that he had her big ass picture right there on the floor. Like, yes.
I love
need
that.
to recognize.
Yeah, like just in case if you didn't know.
If you didn't know.
All right, this is all the things that she has done. All right, add her to your playlist, to your Spotify. Do what you got to do. She's got the most Grammys ever. I mean, like literally, if you had never heard of Beyonce, because you must have been under a rock or dead or Amish, right?
Even they know.
Yeah, I think even they know Beyonce. I think
Beyonce is.
Exactly. So I mean, he schooled those people.
He really did. At the end of Black History Month and the beginning of Women's History Month, doing a beautiful, beautiful intersection right there. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, Representative Garcia. We need to talk.
I know.
Come on in this bed.
Listen, I need to follow him. I'm going to start following him on all kind of social media because I love that. Like, you know, the people who have the cojones, and that's how I have to say it, you know, to go to the floor and that's how they're, you know, because you know you're going to get those white, right, those right congressmen that are just like
right wing,
like look at this homo. Oh God, why do we want to hear this? You know, but there might be one or two that are be like, oh, I didn't, you know, I should take note to how much she has done. Yeah, you know, you just never know. And again, Mr. Garcia, you've got cojones, and we love it.
We need more cojones.
We need more cojones. Yeah, and however you want to take that.
This is the time to act up, stand out, be proud, be loud, show your light, do all of the things, But also, this is the time for those in those spaces, in those particular spaces, to stand up and show and be light. And because we don't have access to the Senate floor, we don't have access to these places, but they do. Yep. And it takes those people in order to move us forward, especially with all that's going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but and you know what, Mr. Garcia, I'm going to steal this from you. Next year, I'm going to, right at the end of Black History and the beginning of Women's History, I'm going to dedicate a whole segment to Beyonce.
Come on.
I mean, seriously, we'll wear the scarf, we'll put a big ass picture there.
Come through.
You could
or any huge Black queen.
Yes, it'll totally work. Cool. We love you. You are awesome. Awesome. So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did, so make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week started with me.